Hi everybody, it's Hannah here with another video, and I am going to read some 5 terrifying but true horror stories reported in the news. And I'm going to read some of those stories that I've screenshotted on my phone to read for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. And if you do, please like, please subscribe, and comment below if you like these kind of videos. It'll mean the world to me. And if you have any suggestions that you guys want me to do, just feel free to let me know. And please subscribe, like I said, and have other family, people, friends to subscribe to. So let's get started. 5 terrifying but true horror stories reported in the news. The first one is the death of Alice Lam. Alyssa Lam was last seen on January 31st, 2013 in the lobby of the Cecil Hotel in the downtown Los Angeles. She was vacuuming through the West Coast, documenting the trip of her blog and checking with her parents every day. On January 31st, those calls stopped. Lam had vanished. As soon as the police were involved and her parents arrived to help with the search, they had nothing. That February, LAPD released an elevator surveillance footage of Lam before she disappearance. The footage shows Lam, that's all what I'm trying to say, behaving strangely in the elevator, appearing to talk with invisible people, peering around the corner of the door, crouching in the corner, and opening closing the door. But what exactly is going on the videos raised more questions than answers. Theories ranged from psychic episodes to demonic possession to unknown assailants just out of the camera view. Around that time, hotel's guests started reported weird things happening with the Cecil Hotel water supply, as CNN reports. The shower was awful, said Sabin Bra, who spent 8 days during the invitation. When you turned the tap on, the water was coming black first 2 seconds, then was going back to normal. The tap water coming. Wait a minute. The tap on was the water coming black. Oh, I already read that. The tap back to normal. The tap water tasted horrible. Bra said it was very funny, sweet, disgusting taste. It was very strange taste. I can barely describe it. But for a week, they never complained. We never thought anything of it, she said. We thought it was just the way it was here. On the morning of February 19th, a hotel employee climbed to the roof and used a ladder to investigate the hotel's water storage tanks. Though that's where Ottomans found the naked body of Lam, whose personal items were found nearby after an her death and applicated attempt. NBC Los Angeles reported that that at that time the strange same crisis in the hotel passed. The tank has a metal latch that can be opened, but authorized said access to the roof is secured with an alarm and lock. The single room occupies hotel has been unusual history. Night Stalker Richard something, who was found guilty for 14 slaying in the 1980s, lived on the 14th floor for several months in 1985, and interacted serial killer Jack Underwager is suspect of murder three people during that time he lived there in 1991. He killed himself in jail in 1994. In 1962, a female occupant jumped out of the hotel's window, killed herself and a patrons whom she landed. The next one is an exorcism in Indianapolis. Last year, an Indianapolis Star published a lengthy report on a family terrorized by three children, a leader posed by demons. The account of Latoya Advance and her family tells disturbing stories of children climbing up the walls, getting thrown across the rooms, and children threatening doctors in deep, unnatural voices. It would seem like something straight out of a movie, a work of fantasy, except all of the accounts were more or less reported with nearly 800 pages official recorded, obtained by the Indianapolis Star, and continued more than a dozen interviews with the police. DCS psychiatrists, family members, and a Catholic priest. One of the more chilling sections of the reports, including a segment about the possessed 9-year-old. According to Washington's original DCS report, an account occupied by Walker, the nurse, the 9-year-old had a weird grin and walked backwards on the wall to the ceiling. He flipped over Campbell, landing on his feet. He never let go of his grandmother's hand. Another segment of the piece reads, the 12-year-old would later tell mental hospital professionals that she sometimes felt as if she were being choked and held down and couldn't speak or move. She says she hears some voices and never seen her family again and wouldn't live another 20 minutes. Another one is called Utah Murder Suicide. In September of 2014, an Utah teen returned to his home to find his parents and 3 siblings dead. In a notebook, a to-do list has been described in the pages. The list looked as if the parents were readying to go to a vacation. Items such as feed the pets and find someone to watch after the house. Written, the Salt Lake Tribune reported it was appearance to be a murder-suicide, but there was no suicide note, no prediction that they would do this, no explanation. Police could not figure out why two parents would kill themselves and their three of four children. For a year, no one knew exactly what happened to the family or would drive the parents to something so unthinkable. In January, the police released more children details in the case. According to accounts from the family members and an investigation by police, the parents were driven by a belief that the Akabun was coming and an observation that with a convicted killer. As the Washington Post reported, friends and family told police that parents were worried about evil in the world and wanted to escape the impending apocalypse, but most accused they were just wanting to move somewhere off the grid. Investigators also found letters written by Chrissy Strack to one of the state's most infamous convicted killers, Dan Lafley, who was convicted in the 1984 battle, stabbing his sister-in-law and her one-year-old daughter, according to trial testimony. He killed the victims in order of his brother Ron, who claimed to have his revelation from God. The story became a book called Under the Banner of Heaven. Police said Christy Strake became friends. Dan Laftery had her sister. She and her sister husband has visited him in prison. And this next one is the phone stalker. In 2007, ABC News documented a series of cell phone calls to families that with terrifying specific death threats. The unidentified callers knew exactly what families were doing and what they were hearing. The families say that the calls were in an hour of the night, threatened to kill their children, their pets, their grandparents. Voicemails arrive playing, recording their private conversation holding with the local police detective. The caller knows the family said, and they're wearing and doing their doing. After the months of investigation, police seem powerless to stop them. This went on with the Ucano family for months, who reported the caller with the scratchy voice threatens to slit their throats. When the forces washed, police tried to find the culprit. The calls were traced back to the families who called own phones even when they turned off. It got worse. The family and two of the Firecrest family told ABCS News that they believe that the callers were using their cell phone to spy on them. They say the hackers know their every move and where they are and what they're doing and what they're wearing. The callers have recorded private conversation the families and police said, including the meeting with the detective. The next one, okay, this is the last one. The last one is called The Watcher. After moving into their 1.3 million dream house, the New Jersey family started receiving creepy death threats from someone who identified themselves as the Watcher, as ABCS News reported earlier this year. Since moving in, the owner said they received numerous letters from the mysterious person. The Watcher claimed the home has been the subject of my family for decades, and I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for the second coming, Cosgrove reported. The new owners had several children, and other letters asked, "Have you found out what's in the walls yet?" And I am pleased to know your names now, and the name of the young blonde who have brought me here. The family was forced to flee from their home and later filed a lawsuit against the previous owners. And that is it. So comment below, tell me what's your thoughts on those 3 or 4 stories, and I hope you enjoy. Please like, please subscribe, and share it with others, and let them subscribe too. So I hope to see you next time. Thanks, bye.